is Tuesday. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning. Yes, it's Tuesday, January the 28th.
Already?
Already.
You know, we only have a few days left in dear old January.
I know.
Can you believe that?
No, I really can't.
I'm telling you, 2014 is off to a roaring start.
Yes, it is.
I tell you, we've had all kinds of weather. We've had all kinds of everything going on here.
We have.
Moving right along here.
We have.
How's your day going?
My day's going great. Going really well. We've got all kinds of events happening all around the city.
You know, we have. There's a lot of things going on in the city and the county.
That's right.
A lot of activity right now. Who's on today's program, by the way?
Well, the main one that we have today is Crime Stoppers here asking the community for help on the recent crime here in our community. You know, we try to have this crime of the week, and these are the ones that we're asking folks if they have seen anything, heard anything, how you can help the police department and the sheriff's department solve these crimes.
And you know, this particular Crime Stoppers, we asked Paige Leonard if she would, Sergeant Paige Leonard, to explain what Crime Stoppers is, just in case there's someone who may not be familiar with it.
Right.
And she explains that. And she explains how you can be a good citizen and helping with fighting crime in the community, and how at the same time it could perhaps help you out financially as well.
Excellent. And there's several others that'll be on today's show.
Yeah, we have other programs, interviews today. Today, the 28th.
That's right.
You remember MASH on TV?
Yes, everybody remembers MASH.
Today is the actor who, one of the stars, Alfonso de Bruzzo, was one of the, oh, I'm sorry, I meant Alan Alda.
Oh.
His name Alfonso.
Is it really?
Yeah. We know another Alphonse.
Maybe King?
King, nah. Anyway, Alfonso de Bruzzo was Alan Alda's name before he became famous, became an actor. He's having a birthday. 78 today.
78.
78.
My goodness.
Yes, he is. Also a birthday today for John Beck. Now, John Beck is an actor. He's one of those guys, if you don't know the name, you would know him if you saw him. One of those character actors everybody knows. He's 71 years today. He was in Time Machine, Rollerball, Sleeper, Paperback Hero, Three in the Attic, Flamingo Road. He also was in Dallas.
Ah, everybody remembers Dallas.
All right, and he is 71. Susan Howard, the actress, Sidewinder 1, The Power Within. She was also in Dallas. Susan Howard is 70 today. Mikhail Baryshnikov, the ballet superstar from Russia who defected back in years ago. He was also an actor in movies as well, starring in The Turning Point.
Yes.
That's Dancing and Dancers. He was in that movie as well. He's 66 years today.
Wow. That's hard to believe.
It is, and he's still kicking high as well. Youngster Elijah Wood, one of the actors of Lord of the Rings. Yes. He was in Flipper, he was in North, Radio Flyer.
Boy, he's done a lot to be so young.
I know, he's only 33.
He's 33?
33.
When did he grow up?
I don't know, I missed it.
Oh my goodness.
33 years old. Forever Young, he was in that movie.
I thought you were going to say he was probably like 12, 13.
Well, I know, and he is.
What happened?
I know.
Time just continues to move on.
Slips away from you. He was in one of the actors in Back to the Future with what's his name and the
other
guy
was he?
with Christopher Lloyd. Anyway, he's 33 years today. How about that? So if you're sharing a birthday with any of those folks, happy birthday.
That's right. Happy.
The Wayne County Coin Club, one of my favorite organizations, meets every the first Thursday of each month, which means next week they'll be meeting.
Now, do you have to be like a major coin collector to attend these meetings?
Great question.
Thank you.
You do not. You do not have to be a coin collector at all. And in fact, if you have any kind of interest in history, any kind of interest in currency or coins or tokens or anything like that, you're invited to attend. It's very inexpensive. The whole idea of the club is to just enjoy, share information, have fun, and you do not have to have a collection of coins to be a member. You just simply have to have an interest in it.
So where do they meet?
Well, they meet at the Pines of Goldsboro, and you can talk to Barry Houck, who's, and in fact, Barry's been on the show with us a couple of times. Barry's telephone number is 734-2006, 734-2006. And the meetings are at 7 o'clock the first Thursday of each month at the Pines of Goldsboro on Country Day Road.
Perfect.
And if you would be interested, you can go. It doesn't cost anything to go, and tell them Wayne Alley sent you over there, okay?
Wonderful.
And if they want to know who that is, ask Barry Howe. He doesn't know either. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it.
All right, well, I believe it's time to go to our interview. Stay with us.
Okay. Today we want to talk about a subject or a topic that has been around for, this is the 11th season. I cannot believe that. Wayne County Reads is in its 11th season. And we want to welcome to the studio my friend Liz MEADOR. Good to see you, Liz.
Good to see you, my dear.
And good to see you, my dear. And Jim SLOWENSKI returns.
Oh, I'm not your friend?
Oh, yes, you are, my friend, Jim
Okay,
SLOWENSKI.
all right,
Of course you are. Good to see you guys. I appreciate you coming in. We want to talk about, what is this year's book, Liz?
It is The Things They Carry by Tim O'Brien.
Okay.
This author came to us 20 years ago under the auspices of the Wayne County, or Wayne Community College Foundation. A lot of other entities, though, Mount Olive, the Arts Council. It took a lot of people to get him here because his fee was moderate at $4,000. We wanted him to come back.
Okay.
Well, we wanted him to come back. He's teaching and living in Texas now,
okay.
But his fee had risen to $13,500.
My
So,
goodness,
and
I need to
so
write a book here.
Wayne County Reads needs money, people.
That's exactly right.
So we'd love to have funds to be able to bring authors of this renown to our community. But we were lucky to get him 20 years ago.
Wow.
When he spoke on a Sunday afternoon for an hour. We had people travel from Cary and Raleigh to hear him. And then on Monday morning at 10, 400, our auditorium was filled with history, English students. And he a wonderful reader of his work and speaker. And he just kept us enthralled.
This was the auditorium at Wayne Community College?
Yes.
400 people?
400 people.
Almost full, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. As full as it could be, really.
Well, he's coming back to Wayne County.
Well, not physically,
Not
but
physically.
in spirit,
In spirit and the book and
and
all.
through his book. I mean, this book is a classic. I think it's a classic in war literature, and it brings a time for reflection and healing and reconciliation because this war was so controversial. You may remember when we first began an engagement in the Middle East, politicians were saying this will not be another Vietnam.
I remember it very well.
That's a lesson we learned from
Yes,
this
it
war.
was a hard lesson to learn too. Jim, tell me, what is your part in this?
Well, I'm just here to contact some of the other people because we have an essay contest, which we'll probably talk about a little later.
Okay.
And just the fact that there are so many of them too, by the way. I talked to Bill Graham, and he gave me a list of them, which I was, from the Purple Heart Group.
Yeah, sure.
And I knew about another 10 or 12, and it's amazing how many we do have here. And I think we all feel a little, we didn't say much at the time because it wasn't something you wanted people to know that you were coming back from Vietnam, like you weren't supposed to be there.
Tell us about the book. What is the book about? The book is about Vietnam.
Yes, it is, and he talks as, you're not sure whether he's telling you really that he was there and did it, or whether he knew about it, or whether he just made it up, and he actually admits that at one point, does he not?
Right, he calls it a work of fiction, but we know when he was here before, when he read us an account that seemed so alive, that he said, all of that I just told you is a lie. I'm a paid liar, which is how he saw himself as a storyteller. But he has the character in the book is called Tim O'Brien. So we have to think it's based on some of his actual experiences there. The title refers to all of the things the men carried, what they needed to carry for survival, the military paraphernalia and apparatus, but it's also the emotional things they carried, the memories, the mementos that connected them to home and to people at home.
And after 55 years, I can say from example, some of the things that I would bring up and I would write about if I were he, and someday who knows, but the point being that I don't know if I was physically there or whether one of the people on my team came in and told me about it and some of the jokes. I don't know.
Yeah, well, after 55 years.
Yeah, it's like, was I really there? Now, there's some that I remember,
Sure.
But others I'm not quite so sure.
But any other war prior, well, World War II to some degree, and World War I a slight bit, but back to the Spanish-American and on the Civil and all that, a lot of stories were passed down, and you can only guess whether most of them were true or not. And through reports, of course, you can determine whether they were. But some of them may not have been. The World War II and then Korea and then Vietnam was so publicized. There was so much in the news about it. And of course, the government didn't tell you everything. And they admit that. They didn't tell you everything that was going on at the time.
Right.
So, but at the same time, we knew what was going on in Vietnam.
Yeah.
We knew what was happening there.
Yeah.
And so while he says this may be a work of fiction,
Yeah.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
it's not.
Well, for example, the character Tim O'Brien in the book is shot twice. And one of those incidents makes him want to seek vengeance against the person who didn't give him the medical help he needed, the medic. But what he sees is that when he tries to vindicate, he sets up a plan to scare this man. But what he sees is his satisfaction is not what he thought it would be. And I think that's another theme in war, that although I believe we have a better feeling about this present engagement because we want some payback for 9/11. And that wasn't true with the Vietnam War. We always were puzzled, I think, this American society, and why we were there.
We were drafted too.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Right
right.
now, it's a different ballgame.
Yes.
We have people signing up because of scholastic benefits and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
But we were drafted. We had no choice.
Had no choice,
many of
had to
us.
go. Our military now is volunteer.
Right,
We have military, volunteer military.
And Tim O'Brien talks about his own doubts, so that he had a horrible job at the Armour meatpacking plant in Minnesota, squirting out the blood clots from the hanging animals.
Okay.
So it preambles, it forecasts what battle is going to be, very bloody conflict. And but he leaves that job, goes home, showers, gets in his car, and seems to be heading toward the border to defect to Canada.
Oh my, and a lot of people did.
And he stops at the Tip Top Lodge in this account, and an older man there just gives him time and space. But they're out on the boat together, and it's one of the most poignant passages in the book when this decision he has to make. Can I face the censure of people in my hometown, my high school teachers, my parents, everybody, and not go to the war? Or do I accept what I think I need to do, which is to go? And he's weeping and then just bawling, crying loudly, and this man with him just gives him that time to decide. Wow. And he turns around and comes home and goes to war.
And of course, some of the things now, this is a book. We have other things that we've done in the past, and we'll do this year again, have some people come in, and we have a program we can talk about later maybe, but we have lectures, exhibits, performances, films. My wife saw one yesterday about Vietnam from her garden club, and these are things that are historical, and these are people who are saying this is what we used to do.
Now, while there may be historical films out there, there are some films that took advantage of the emotions of people in America and did not quite exactly portray the truth.
Right.
There were some news accounts that were not exactly truthful either, but those were the times in which we lived.
That's right.
As in the late 50s, Indochina was the French were in there in Vietnam, and
Right.
into the 50s, where Mr. Eisenhower sending advisors to Vietnam, and then it just once Mr. Kennedy got in, it just grew from there.
But the one thing I remember when I was there is that the people weren't all against us.
No.
In fact, when I first got to Da Nang, they didn't know they were supposed to be against
That's
us at the time. And I remember a situation where I went in and tried to help save a young man, an old man who I didn't know, save his daughter, and he walked up to me after I was getting carried out of the water and put up in the vehicle, and he walked up and hugged me.
Oh, wow.
And he said something to me, but I did not understand it till I got into the ambulance and somebody said that that was her grandfather.
Wow.
So there are cases like that where.
Have you read the book?
I've read some of it, to be honest with you. I've gone through it all,
Yeah.
but
does it take you back?
it does and it doesn't. Some of the things it does.
55 years, though.
Well, that's
Yes, a long time, Jim. Sorry. Sorry. But
I hope I hope I don't have to do that again.
I know. I know.
It's not a good idea.
Back to Wayne County Read. So what are some of the things that's going to be
Well,
happening?
right, in last night's paper, we thanked the News Argus
Yes.
for the publicity it gave that had
Oh, yeah.
some of our schedule, but not all of the details.
Okay.
And
You
the
may have
art
seen
exhibit.
I did.
You
Yeah.
did, I'm
See,
sure.
yes.
I'm
And-
sure you did.
Yeah.
Well, of course I did. I can read. I mean, yes, of course I can.
And the bottom half shows the art exhibit that's going on right now, and I
Right.
think these visual images help those of us who weren't there and
Yeah.
who may not remember the war as well. But I think that immediacy it helps all of us connect. And just as some of the college programs are bringing the miniature wall, the version of the wall back,
Right.
I think all of these things help us reflect, remember, revere. I'm sure you've been to the Vietnam Memorial.
Yes.
And when I was there, the reverence, the air of reverence that surrounded all those of us looking. So the art exhibit is going on right now, and that will move to Mount Olive College and the War Library and end at the Wayne County Museum. And that ending event on March the 4th is the culminating when the essay winners will be recognized, because we do have an essay contest. And we're inviting high school students to interview veterans and to record their memories, their reflections of the war.
What a great idea.
500, 700 pages after they interview one of the veterans that we call them, make sure, of course, that they're willing to do this. And I don't think we've been turned down yet by anybody to talk with the students.
What a wonderful idea.
Yeah, well, since this, these are war stories, we wanted to hear people we know and actual participants in our community, and we've heard from some of those people, Joe Morum, John Stiles, and John will be writing some articles that will be in the Language Matters article, and Jim too, some of the anecdotes from the war. One of the most interesting things is a talk on post-traumatic stress syndrome, because that's still with us, stress disorder, PTSD, that's with us even today. But I think the soldiers, the veterans returning from Vietnam, greatly afflicted not only that emotional, that mental dynamic, but the physical with Agent Orange.
Oh, yes.
And we need to remember some effects of Agent Orange.
Now, in case someone did not get a newspaper last night, I can't imagine that happening. Where would one get a list of the events?
We have a website, and it is...
I believe it's WayneReads.com.
WayneReads.com. That's exactly what it is.
I believe that's it.
And we also have a Facebook page. And after this weekend, there will be a display at Books A Million. Books A Million has 50 copies of the book, and there will be a display there of photographs, some of Jim's photographs from Vietnam that I'm going to ask him to let me blow up, enlarge for that display.
Yes.
And it will,
I'm familiar with that.
Okay, so Books A Million has about...
Books A Million will have a display and has copies.
Will there be any at the library? Do you know?
Yes,
There will
yes.
be. Okay,
Wayne County Public Library
Yes.
has the books available.
I could go on talking about this for a long time.
Right.
We are out of time, so I'm going to have to ask you to come back. Can you come back?
We can come
talk
back.
more about
We
it?
can come
Sure.
back.
All right,
Yes.
we'll have more about Wayne County.
Maybe we can talk a little bit about the guys like me and others like me that are talking, to these students and what kind of a situation they had.
Yes.
Maybe we can get a feedback.
Because John Stiles, we have plans for John Stiles to be in the schools to talk about it. And there are 2 lectures at Mount Olive, Vietnam, a historical overview with Dr. Alan Lamb. And these schedules will be at Books A Million, and we'll try to disseminate them other places as well.
Books A Million at Wayne County Public Library, you can find copies of the book. And the book, again, is by Tim O'Brien, and it is entitled The Things They Carried. And it's this year's selection of Wayne County Reads. And
then perhaps next time we can talk about some of our sponsors and people like that are really backing us and do a little more thorough job.
How many sponsors do we have?
Well, a new one this year is the Corson Foundation. We were lucky to get a grant from the Corson Foundation.
We will talk about the
I think that's how this whole thing developed, because I'm relatively new to the committee. And it's interesting.
You'll be broken in very quickly, I promise. Jim SLOWENSKI,
thank
you, sir.
Take
Always
care,
great
Wayne.
to see you. And
thank
Liz
you for
Meadows,
what you
thank
do, by
very
the way.
much. And Liz, love the column every Sunday.
Oh,
we
thank
go through
you,
this
thank
Argus.
you.
Liz
Well,
Meadows.
look for stories from Vietnam for the next several weeks.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Today we're talking with Sergeant Paige Lerner of the Goldsboro Wayne County Crime Stoppers. Hi there.
Good morning.
I appreciate you being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Just in case, and we talk about Crime Stoppers every week, and more often than that, actually, but just in case someone is not aware of what Crime Stoppers is or what you do, and this is a national effort.
Yep.
But here in Wayne County, what do we do here in Wayne County? What is Crime Stoppers?
Well, Crime Stoppers is like you said, a national organization. It's a nonprofit organization, obviously. The money that goes through Crime Stoppers is raised by a board that monitors me. It comes from the citizens, from private donations. All of it is private donations. The Goldsboro, Wayne County stands for the entire county. So if people call me to provide tip information, it could be for something that happens in Pikeville or Mount Olive or Fremont or here in the city limits.
Right.
So the program is for the entire county. And what they do is call the number, give me some tip information. Sometimes it's something quick that we can work on, like if it's somebody that just has an outstanding warrant and they know where they're at. Sometimes it might be narcotic information, like telling us about a drug house, and it might take a little more effort. But what they do is set up a code name, and they'll periodically call back,
Right.
see if we were able to make an arrest off their information, and if the information they provide leads to a felony arrest, then they're eligible for a cash reward.
Now, you have no way of knowing who these people are who are calling you with these tips.
That's right.
Well, how does that work? What do you do?
The number that they call the 735-225 number is actually, the numbers are blocked. That way I cannot see their name when they call in or the number. And legally it protects both of us. It protects them and it protects me, so I can honestly say I don't know who they are when they call.
So then how does that work? If they give you information, can that information be used in court?
Well, I mean, the fact that Crime Stoppers was used to assist an arrest, yeah, that is discoverable in court, but nothing else is discoverable.
So their name is not used, they don't have to come to court or anything like that?
They don't sign a receipt. When I provide the information, it's not even given as far as a gender. I don't say she called or he called. I keep it very simple so that people can't figure out who is the caller.
Okay, and I happen to know that this has been an extremely successful program for many years. And in fact, here in Wayne County, the Goldsboro Wayne Crime Stoppers organization has won national recognition for the city of this size, several awards, in fact, so you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And you have been the coordinator for a couple of years.
Right.
Who is the board chair?
Well, I answer to Rick Sutton, and Rick Sutton is, he's retired Goldsboro police officer also, so I had the pleasure of working with him before this.
Rick was also a coordinator as well for a while for Crime Stoppers and did a great job as well.
That's right.
So tell us, who are we after now? What do we need? We need the public's help on this one. What are we doing?
This one I want to talk about happened on January 18th. It was in the 200 block of South Spence Avenue. We had two gentlemen that were approached by three black males at about 11:45 at night on January 18th. All the black males had handguns, and they actually robbed the two victims of cash. After the incident, they got into a vehicle and fled the area. We're thinking that the vehicle might have been a darker colored, possibly an older model Cadillac, but that is the best description that we have at this point in time. So I'm asking the public, have you heard anything? Were you in the area of 200 South Spence Avenue, January 18th at about 11:45 in the morning? Anything that you think might assist us, the neighbors that live in that community? Maybe they saw something, heard something unusual, if they would give Crime Stoppers a call. So
regardless of how big or little the information may be, you can still use that information.
That's right.
Or you still like to have it and hear
Sometimes it's the smallest tips that people think that we might already know that end up cracking a case. So absolutely want to hear from anybody. So
then they would call the number 735-2255.
That's right. They can call that number or they can text me. It's actually the same phone, but they text 222-4230. And it's the same premise. When they call, it's still blocked, so I can't see who's texting me, and they can provide the information that way.
Okay, and when that happens, then you give them a code name.
Right.
And if the case is cracked or broken or goes to court, then you are able to give them...
Yeah, actually, and it does not require a conviction. Some states have different type of programs. Crime Stoppers just requires that a felony arrest was made. So they don't have to wait for it to go through court. Once the arrest is made, then I'm able to pay them the cash reward. And
that's great.
the cash rewards are up to $1,000 here in Wayne County.
Up to $1,000.
That's right.
That's great. All right. So if you know anything at all about this crime that Sergeant Lerner is talking about, certainly want to get on the horn, get on the phone, and call 919-735-2255 or 919-222 something.
4230.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. All right, Paige. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sergeant Paige Lerner of Crime Stoppers here in Wayne County. And we're back. Everyone's thinking here.
We're all thinking. We have our thinking caps on.
Which is really hard for some of us. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed those. They were very informative, and I hope you enjoyed them.
That's right.
All right, what's up?
Save the date and have a heart for kids.
Aww.
It's a fundraiser sponsored by Communities and Schools of Wayne County. It is February the 14th. have a heart for the kids from 6 to 8. This is an event that is called Sparkles and Spirits. They'll have some entertainment. They'll have heavy hors d'oeuvres. This is all taking place at the home of Judith McMillan.
How heavy?
I'm not sure how heavy.
3 or 4 pounds, maybe.
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 That's at 201 North George Street here in Goldsboro. Communities and schools have a heart. If you're interested in participating, you can give them a call or check their website out for additional information of how you can attend. Let's see, $30 a person or $60 a couple, and all those funds go back to communities and schools. It stays right here.
Judith McMillan's house.
Yes, it is, right here on George Street. And like I said, it's February the 14th, Valentine's Day. Great way to go out and celebrate with your Valentine.
Yes.
Fundraiser sponsored by Communities in Schools.
Aw.
Aww.
Today is National Kazoo Day.
Do you have a kazoo in your pocket?
Oh, doggone it, I left it at home.
Oh, well. I don't have one either, Wayne.
You don't? Okay.
No.
You didn't bring yours either.
No, I left it.
Should have done that.
National Kazoo Day. If you have one, play it today.
Kazoo to you too.
That's right. Yes, that was good.
Well, actually, you know, there's some people who think a kazoo is a zoo where they keep cuz.
Really? Well, I don't think that's the place we keep our cuz. Not so much, Wayne.
Okay.
Not so much.
Today is also National Privacy Day. Mind your own business.
That's right.
You know, I think it was Ben Franklin who wanted that to be the national motto.
Really? Mind your own business?
Yes, mind your own business.
I don't think that would have gone over so well.
Well, okay.
You never know, but I don't think so.
Well, perhaps not.
Okay.
But I like it.
Mind your own business.
Well, I'm just kidding around here. Okay, kind of, sort of. Anyway.
All right, let's see. Coming up soon, the Malpitz Brothers once again will be back at the Paramount Theater on February the 1st.
Love those guys.
The Best of Wayne County. If you're interested in going to their show, it starts at 7 o'clock. You can get tickets right there at the box office at the Paramount Theater. Following that, on February 7th, Jesse Lynch's Jazz 101.
Really?
It's a musical history of jazz.
Right.
That's a part of the Wayne Community Concerts.
Yeah.
Will be happening at the Paramount.
Cool.
And they've got some movies coming up also. They've got The Princess Bride, February the 8th at 7 p.m. You know, that's $5 is all it costs to get in to see their movies.
Did you see the whole movie?
See the whole, yeah, just half of it. Yes, $5 to see the whole
10
movie.
minutes for $5, right?
And children under 12 get in free.
Really?
That's right. The Princess Bride on the big screen, February the 8th. And then, you know, I can hardly see this. And then on February the 14th, Valentine's Day, take your love to go see Still Magnolias.
Oh,
Put on, which that's an actual a play that'll be put on by Center Stage Theater.
Oh, okay.
Still Magnolias, great
That's
great
not the
show.
movie, that's the
Not
play.
the movie. That's an actual live Broadway show.
All right.
Not Broadway,
Well, yeah, Paramount.
but you know, next best.
Paramount Way.
The Paramount Way. That's right.
Center Street Way.
And then following that, February 27th at the end of the month, come back and see Footloose, the musical, put on by Stage Struck, the Young People's Own Theater.
Oh, yeah.
That's their big show of the year. So all these things happening at the Paramount. You can go to GoldsboroParamount.com and book your tickets right there, or you can find them right here on Center Street, and you can walk right into the box office and purchase your tickets there.
Wow.
Lots of opportunities.
Lots of
Something for everybody.
All right. Let's see now. Today, the 28th, the first telephone switchboard
Yes.
was installed on this very day,
How many years ago?
1876. Excuse me.
Wow.
1878.
They get it right now.
First telephone switchboard. Okay, this happened in Connecticut. I believe it was New Haven. It was in New Haven. But the operator's name, and this is true.
Okay,
and
I
it
hear
doesn't
you.
say that right here. I just happen to know this. The operator's name was Emma Nutt.
Okay.
That was her name. She was the first operator. The phone company that owned the switchboard had 21 subscribers. So that means 21 people had telephones.
That's it.
And they had, they pick up and
She probably knew them all by name.
she, she did.
Hey, Mary.
Yeah,
Who you want to talk to?
Yeah, kind of like Barney.
Yes.
Would you ring Juanita, please?
Exactly.
Hey, Sarah.
Cute.
Would you? Yes. Okay.
That's cute.
That's right.
Anything else happening today?
No. Oh yeah. As a result of a compliment paid on this day, a
Yes.
compliment hour, Walter Winchell, in his newspaper column, a local disc jockey, began receiving several offers from talent scouts and producers. That DJ, the disc jockey, became known as the Redhead. The Redhead, they called him.
The Redhead.
The Redhead, adored by thousands of people in the Washington, D.C. area and later by millions across the country on CBS radio. His trademark was strumming a ukulele and delivering a down-home tune and down-home patter. Endeared him to fans for many years. We remember him as Arthur Godfrey. You may not remember who Arthur Godfrey is.
No, but I'm pretending.
You're pretending.
I'm pretending.
Anyway, because of Compliment Day, that happened
Yeah.
on this day. He became famous. Thank you very much. Nice tie. Well, whatever.
Give someone a compliment today. Thank you so much for being with us.
What's she doing?
Saying see ya.
Oh, bye. I guess we got to go now. And until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in